Forms are an integral part of any work management system. Apart from the users who already have access to your work management system, you might have to communicate with external parties, your clients, your customers, intake form, feedback form, so many different requirements. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create web forms within InfoLobby. Now, my system here is for a law firm. This is a law firm case management system. We have a requirement for an intake form where we have an intake table and we want to send out that form to whoever is interested, for us to represent them. So to do the form, the first thing is that go to the table where you want the form data to be stored, go to settings and configure. And then you have an option called public in here. Now in here, you can create a web form. Now these, I'm going to leave it for now. The basic things are the fields. So all the fields from the table will be shown here. Plus you will also have a CAPTCHA field. Now if you're going to have the form publicly on your website, it is advisable that you put in a CAPTCHA, or you're going to be filled with the bot submissions sometimes. So I'm going to select just 3 names for the example's sake. All right, and I'm also going to add a CAPTCHA. Perfect. And then I'm going to save. This is all you need to do to generate a basic form. You can click in here and then you will see that it has given you a link. All right, you click the link and the form will open. This is the most basic format of a form. Now you can take this link and you can put it in your website, or you can share it with your clients via any other messaging platform, up to you. Now, to show you the example of it working, you can just put in a date and then put some data, and you can see that the validations come through. So if your table has required checkbox, then you can see that it is required here as well. If your table has any general validation, that is going to be applicable here as well. Now I'm going to be putting the CAPTCHA submission and submit. That's all it takes. Now if you go into our intake table, you would see that a new data point has come through, Taha test test test, which is great. Now let me show you what are the other options. So when you go to the form, there are a few other options. Now a lot of people don't just want to send a link, they also want to put the form into their website. So InfoLobby gives you an embed code. You can just copy this and then go ahead and put it into your website. I'm going to do it on my end. So here is my website test page. You can see that there's no form. I'm going to go ahead, put in the scripts over there, and then I'm going to refresh. And then you can see that a form, something has come through, but it is erroring. Now, to make an embed public, you always have to approve this domain. So you can copy this domain, go to InfoLobby settings, and then in here you'll have to put that domain. This is so that third party do not take your form and embed on their website without permission. Now, if I save this and go back to our website and refresh it, you will see that the form has come through. That's all it takes. Now, there are a few more options here. As you can see, obviously we have put in. The second and third option is how to style your form. As you see, at the moment it is very basic. Let's say that you want to put some header and some footer. You can go ahead and then do it here. Now, if you don't know how to write an HTML header, you can just go to any LLM tool and say, write a simple HTML header for my intake form of my law firm. So it's going to give you a small piece of code, and then you can give your company name and logo and whatever you want to be it to be present on the form. Let's see what code it's giving. Oh, it's too big. I'm going to say I need a much shorter code, and it is giving me a much shorter code. I'm just going to copy it and I'm going to put it here in HTML header and save it. And now if we go back to our website and refresh it, you will see that it has given us a header. So that easy it is to add a header. Now if you want to change colors and everything of this thing, you can totally go ahead and do that either via HTML or custom CSS. So both, if you don't know how to do that, you can just ask any LLM to do that. That's it about this. Now finally, one other thing is that what should happen when you submit a form. At the moment, if I go here and then submit a it just doesn't do anything. It gives you a basic thank you message. You can modify this in 2 different ways. One is to give a submit message. I can tell thank you very much, and a lot of other things you can tell, which is one way to do that. Save it. Now if we retry to submit the form, Now you can see that the new message is coming through. That's one way. But a lot of other clients prefer to just redirect to like a homepage of a website or something. So if I go ahead and change that, I don't want a thank you message. I want them to redirect to my homepage. All right, then you can do this. If I go ahead and now save it, so I'm going to say, after the submission, you can see that we are now redirected to the home page. So that's it about your web forms. You can select all the fields. You have a capture features. You can choose what kind of header you want. You can use custom CSS and change the whole look and feel of the form. And if you want to embed, remember that you have to allow the domain where you're going to be embedding. And finally, you can either choose to have a separate submit message or have a separate redirect URL, so where you can decide where the users has to go after the submission. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.